Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in
Cadence.
Time to grab a second cup of coffee, maybe another breakfast burrito, and get ready for day 2 of the CWC Invitational Volleyball Tournament on a Friday morning. Good morning. I'm John Gabrielson. That's Devin Davis next to me. And CWC got what the doctor ordered last night, breaking a 5-game losing skid in a 3-set win over Colorado Northwestern in games, honestly, that weren't even that close, at 25-7, 25-14, and 25-6. But something that I'm sure the coach was glad to see that the girls would come out and get the high motor revving and get the W last night.
Yeah, a lot of fun. You could tell they were having on the floor. Great games all the way around. She got a lot of players in, so it definitely changed the mood a little bit.
I think it's a different story and a much different strength of opponent coming up in this one from Alexa McCall's North Platte Knights as they come in. Not a sterling record, 4-8, but Central's 3-10, and it'll be interesting to see strength of schedule on how good a 4-8 team is against how good a 3-10 team is right now.
Yeah, and North Platte always seems to have a pretty solid program. They have been Division II JUCO for quite a while, and now are playing Division I in Region 9. So this is a team that we might play down the road, and so I think that has a lot of bearing behind the game today.
They went 2-2 last weekend at the Region 9 Challenge, I guess it was. Some of the North teams played some of the South teams. And if we can go to camera 3, I want to jump on here real quick and look at something. But looking at the Region 9 volleyball standings, you're looking at Gillette College at 12-0 right now. I want to look at something else here. This is Gillette's schedule. And it was 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0 until they got to North Platte. North Platte's the first team that took a game from Gillette, who is 12-0 on the season, and they did that last weekend at that North versus South Region 9 battles in Cheyenne.
But if you look at that, I mean, it's kind of interesting just looking at the schedule that they played. I mean, there's. That game against
that's Gillette schedule.
Yeah, Western, but Gillette. It's a schedule. I guess they played McCook, but it'll be interesting. I think we'll see what these teams are really made of, and you kind of get a good picture of what it's going to be like down the road.
Definitely, and I think that starts here in about 11 minutes from right now. This is the Porter's pregame show, brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply. We'll step aside for a quick break. We'll come back and we'll look a little bit more at these two teams, get you the starting lineups and volleyball right after this. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Hey, grab me one too.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Back to Rustler Gymnasium for the morning battles. There are other games going on today. Miles City will take on Colorado Northwestern. Gillette will take on North Platte at 1. And then it'll be McCook playing again at 3 against Central Wyoming College. Colorado Northwestern will play Gillette in the nightcap, if you will, at 5 o'clock. And kind of an interesting situation for the North Platte team as for the it was McCook team you were saying. Yeah, the McCook volleyball team got here last evening, and through whatever miscommunication or however it worked out, they were to stay in a motel that I guess is not one of the finer ones in the Riverton area. And coach made an executive decision, said we're not staying here. And so family stepped up from what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we have Kendall McFadden on the team and her extended family, grandparents, both sides. Also, as we'll mention later, Zoe Mulholland is from Lander High School. Family lives here, and even AD Steve Barlow hosted their coaches, so they divvied up all their players and gave them a little Fremont County hospitality, and everything worked out. But how would you like that wrench to be thrown in your plans?
Yeah, I don't know how much more you'd feel uncomfortable staying at someone else's house or staying in a shady motel.
Well, at least you know you're safe.
Exactly. that is true, but at the same time, I'm sure maybe you didn't get as much sleep as you would have hoped having to stay in that. But definitely a great situation for CWC and families stepping up in the spirit of competition for the McCook ladies. Hopefully they've got them in a better establishment. I don't know. There's a huge soccer tournament in Lander this weekend.
Oh, that might be part of it.
That may have some of the motels taken up tonight. I wouldn't have thought to last night, but there's also a Wings and Wheels going on in Lander. There's the Apple. I mean, everything's going on in Lander this weekend, it seems like. But 1,800 plus coming to Lander for a soccer tournament, it sounds like. So that's kind of maybe what's taken up some of the motels in Riverton, just being 20-some miles away from Lander. The North Platte team is, they've played 12 times. They're 4-8 on the season, as you see us experimenting with the end zone camera on the screen here, watching the North Platte team warming up. They are 4-8, like I mentioned. Their head coach is Alexa McCall in her 11th season. And I said, how has the Alexa name been treating you as of late? Obviously, the office, the digital AI assistant. She says, a lot of people ask me to do things, and I don't do them. I want to be paid for that, and I'm sure she's probably heard that way too many times, but I went there. Alexa McCall in her 11th year. They went 2-2 in Cheyenne. They lost in 4 to Gillette. They were the first to take some games from them, and they will start Region 9 play against NJC and Western Nebraska when they get back home next week. CWC on the other side, 3-10 after getting a 3-set victory over Colorado Northwestern to raise their record to 3-10. Head coach Kim Davis is in her 3rd season as the head coach of the CWC ladies, and they have played a stretch. Last week, played the 4th, 7th, and 8th ranked teams in the country. Took that 4th ranked team to 5 games in the second time they've played Utah State Eastern. So an interesting 3-10 record for a team that I think is much better than that record might indicate.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't think, where we thought they would be, but when you boil things down and you look at the level of competition, I think the big takeaway is to see the improvement they've made. That first tournament in Arizona, I think Coach Davis and the players would like a do-over on that one, because I don't think they felt like they played nearly up to their level. But this last tournament at CSI really started to show what they're capable of.
Let's take a look at the CWC starting. It's a product of putting the starting lineups on the screen and talking about them. So I'm going to It does not. Test. Now it's working. Okay, good. It's amazing what technology will do when you know how to run it. But Nora Rasmussen, like I said, looking at 96 kills on the season. She had 12 last night. She had 19 aces as well on the season. She went back-to-back with aces last night. Nora Rasmussen wears number 2. Spanish Fork, Utah, Sarah Maservi. She wears number 5. Sarah's a 6'2" middle. And Sarah, right now, she has 21 kills, and she's also registered 4 digs and a slew of blocks. I can scroll over and see the blocks for her. 21 of those assisted, 4 stuff blocks for Sarah Maservi. Wearing number 8 is Presley Ryan, an all-Region 9 second-team performer last year out of Santa Quin, Utah. Leads the team with 113 kills. She also has 95 digs. She led in digs yesterday. She has 6 service aces on the year. Ella Svensson from Svedala, Sweden. Did I say that right?
That's right.
She wears number 10. Ella is a 5'10" setter, and she's out there helping out in the assist category for this team, and is just behind Quincy Matthews. Kim's been kind of dabbling with the 6'2" as opposed to the 5'1", and putting her out there a little bit more as of late.
Yep. And the good thing is her family, it's 5 o'clock where she lives, so they're not going to have to watch in the middle of the night like they usually do.
5 o'clock somewhere,
so
right?
5 o'clock somewhere, yep.
Vernal, Utah, 6'3" sophomore is Lindsay Stewart, wearing number 12. Missed most of last season with a torn ACL. She leads the team in blocks. She had double-digit blocks last week in being all-tournament. She has 37 block assists and several stuff blocks on her own as well, is number 12, Lindsay Stewart. Number 25, the freshman of the year and a first-team All-Region 9 performer last year from Farmington, Utah, is Lena Whitney. Lena has 68 kills on the season. She also has 12 digs. Doesn't play a lot in the back row. Kind of goes out with a libero out there, but Lena Whitney attracts a lot of attention, obviously, being an All-Region 9 player and a freshman of the year. And then your libero today, wearing the opposite color jersey, is Hallie Johnson. She wears number 13 for this team. She is a 5'5" sophomore out of Brigham City, Utah, and is one of the top diggers on the team in this battle. Well, is the top digger at 114 out of that libero position. So those are your starting lineups for the CWC ladies as they will take on the Knights of North Platte. Talked with Coach McCall. I said, who's the players to watch? And she said Naya Lual, excuse me. She's from Grand Island, Nebraska. She's a 6-foot middle blocker. Doesn't lead the team in kills, however, for this team, but she is kind of the one that she pointed out. Chloe Wright, 149 kills from Hurricane, Utah. Just a 5'8" outside hitter, but brings it. And then McKenna Stevenson, she is out there, has 132 kills. She is from Peyton, Colorado. Let's turn this over to Steve Barlow as our public address announcer.
Fans, before we meet all of the players, I just want to remind everyone that the NJCAA Region 9 Central Wyoming and McCook in North Platte, all appreciate and expect good sportsmanship. So show these young ladies, coaches, and officials this respect that they deserve with all your actions and language. Thank you. All right, now let's meet all of the players. First for the Knights, number 1, Becca Olernick. Number 2, Kylie Rose. Number 3, Ellie Rotherham. Number 4, Remy Stout. Number 5, Trinity Butler. 6, McKenna Stevenson. 7, Jenna Claflin. 8, Kylie Kearney. 9, Zoe Maher. 10, Isabel Reichman. Number 11, Mackenzie Piper. Number 12, Taryn Stearns. Number 14, Nia Lau. Number 16, Juliana Netherton. And 17, Chloe Wright. The Knights are coached by head coach Alexa McCall. Now let's meet your wrestlers. First, number 1, Coco Pebbles Dennison. Number 2, Nora Rasmussen. Number 5, Sarah Maservi. Number 6, Paige Tolman. Number 8, Presley Ryan. Number 10, Ella Swenson. Number 11, Kennedy No-Seat. Number 12, Lindsay Stewart. Number 13, Hallie Reeder Johnson. 16, Emily Van Ginkel. 19, Brinley Birch. 22, Kendall McFadden. 23, Rachel Workman. Number 24, Quincy Matthews. And number 25, Lena Whitney. Wrestlers head coach is Kim Davis. Good luck, ladies.
She's named after Coco Chanel, not
Coco Pebbles.
Coco Pebbles, as Coach Barlow would have you believe out there. Hey, good morning. John Gabrielson, Devin Davis on one side, Joel Kindle on my right. Good to see Mr. Kindle back in the building. Scoreboard set, we're ready for volleyball as you look into the CWC huddle on the final moments. 4-8 North Platte, 3-10 Central Wyoming College. CWC golfers hosting day 2. They're teeing off right now. Day 2 of the CWC Golf Invitational today at the Riverton Country Club.
Should be a beautiful day for a couple rounds of golf.
Men's and women's soccer are way down south in Colorado. They're in Otero and Trinidad. And our CWC cross-country runners are in Grand Junction. No, they're not. They're in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, which they're not that far apart from each other.
Yep.
I have a cousin that lives in Glenwood Springs, and he travels to the Grand Junction Taco John's. Doc Holliday was buried in Glenwood Springs? Still buried there? Okay, good. Setting up Zoe Mayer, Colorado Springs, Colorado sophomore, 5'7". She's the libero on this team, wearing the off-color jersey. Sends one short, and Nora Rasmussen goes to get it. A little miscommunication there as that one was set behind Stewart, and there was nobody there. 1-0 North Platte out of the gate on that Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Thanks to Porter Mountain View Supply for our pregame. YDOT will give us some stats throughout the game, and they're going to call North Platte in the net. It's going to be on Luau, and they'll give the point to Central, and we're even. Also, thanks to Bailey Enterprises for the postgame show, and Fremont Chevy, your scoreboard sponsor of the day. Looking at one apiece as Nora Ace Rasmussen will serve. She had 3 back-to-back-to-back. Luau blocked by Lindsay Stewart.
That's your best hitter against your best blocker right there, and hands up high and blocked it down on the other side.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a few more of those in this match. And it's 1-0 Lindsay right now in that. Go back outside. That one dug by Rasmussen in the back on a swing by Stevenson. And then Presley Ryan finds pay dirt on the inside line.
Bump set that time and put it in the perfect position.
So McCook has showed up. Did the bus driver have to make WRTA route and go drop them all off and pick them all up this morning, I'm wondering? Tap brought back up by Paige Tolman. Middle pushed over. There's Johnson to go get it on the ground. Back set this time, blocked by Ryan and Stewart. 10-foot line to the outside, cross. Johnson got 2 hands on it, and it skews off awkwardly to the side, and we're at 3-2 at the moment. There was about 4 people in this building about 3 minutes before the national anthem, and it's filling up nicely for 9 o'clock on a Friday morning. Ryan, right hand, scoops it over somehow to the outside, swing, and a connect for Stevenson, the 5'11 freshman out of Peyton, Colorado from Falcon High School. And Mackenzie Piper out of Kersey, Colorado. A couple of Platte Valley High School alums on this team.
That's a good volleyball high school, always produces.
And Casper College's best player the last 2 years was out of Kersey, Colorado as well. Outside, swing, and another kill for McKenna Stevenson. Tallies her second, and it puts her team out in front 4-3. Serving Piper still. Platte Valley, the Broncos, I think.
I think.
Have a snap.
Good guess.
Serve error.
Goes a little bit long. Talked to Hallie on the way in today. She said it's a little tough getting used to that brace on the knee.
I certainly would imagine, as Johnson serving. Back row attack into the net for Piper. I happen to have a Platte Valley source on Snapchat. Good buddy of mine, Kyle Johnson, living in Kersey, Colorado. He might be working. I'll have to interrupt him. Outside again, Stevenson.
Wow.
Finding her way through the block of Whitney and Tolman and connecting. At least her 3rd kill of set number 1.
It says she's 5'11". She doesn't look that tall from up here. She can jump, though.
Yeah, she definitely can. You remember Central had, that one's a touch blocked, but out of bounds by Luau. And it will be point Central. Mackenzie Templeton, former All-American for CWC, was not exactly a real tall player, but had a very good vertical and a very good swing as well. Quincy Matthews has checked into the ballgame for Central, a 5'11 setter. She's a freshman out of Payson, Utah. A lot of Utah influence on this Central volleyball squad perennially. Off the block is Chloe Wright, the leading killer of this team, her 150th of the season right there. Luau is going to check out as Isabel Richmond will check in. Also coming in is Ella Rotherham out of Gering, Nebraska, 5'11 sophomore. Kind of in the shadow of Western Nebraska recruiting area right there. Matthews will go to middle. Whitney will kind of hit it over with a wrist. We're tied at 6, and a swing and a kill, Chloe Wright. Much different opponent
than last night.
For Central right now. And as well as things rolled last night, it may take you a minute to get back into fierce mode, I think, perhaps. Nice, tough serve. Shanked off, but Johnson back row. Rasmussen puts it into the bottom of the net.
That's a hard one, you know, when the ball's that high. And Nora was kind of middle of the floor to time your jump and to get the swing right. And that was an error.
Serving is Richmond, Chapel, Nebraska. From South Platte High School to North Platte College. And Rasmussen will knock one off of Richmond in the back row and tally a kill and stop the bleeding for a moment. It's 8-7, North Platte. Presley Ryan, Santa Quinn, Utah sophomore, 6-foot outside hitter. All Region 9 second team a year ago for CWC.
Nice.
And she'll tally an ace.
Nice float on that serve. And again, that's one of those that just dropped right in front of the libero.
7th ace of the season for Ryan. Central had, what did I say, 11 or 12 yesterday? 13 aces, somewhere in that neighborhood. In the win last night as Rasmussen is out. What does that call? Is that a back row attack?
Yep.
She jumped in front of the 10-foot line. Still have not seen a challenge yet, and I'm dying for a challenge because I've got that 5-camera view I'm ready to unleash on you. Kylie Carney from Hurricane, Utah. Serving, probably played some club ball against a lot of these wrestlers. Great misdirection by Rachel Workman to tally for Central.
A little bit dangerous.
It was near the line, sure.
Yeah.
If only it had been nearer, we could have challenged it. Alexa McCall is 2-0 in challenges this year. And Kim Davis is 1-1 in challenges. Whitney can't get that one to roll. Shot over. I was listening to Dave Logan do the Denver Bronco broadcast last week, and he was talking about, and this is a stat they keep, the officiating crew there has led the league in most penalties per game for like 2 of the last 3 years. I didn't know that was a stat to see how many penalties referees called, but the ones that the Broncos and Titans had is there's a great misdirection by Stewart to tally the kill.
You know, I guess going into a game, right? I mean, knowing how you can play,
right?
You know.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. You got to. There's no gray area. It's going to be a penalty, and there was a lot of penalties in that game last week. He also mentioned that like Sean Payton was 7-2 in challenges or something. He threw the challenge flag 9 times last year, and so that's why I decided to ask the coaches here. As there's a nice left-handed swing by Jenna Claflin out of Sumner, Nebraska. 5'11" outside sophomore. And I asked Alexa, and she said, I'm 2-0. And Kim said she's 1-1. You got to think, though, if you only get 2 timeouts, would you challenge something just to maybe get a break in play, just to kind of break rhythm just a little bit?
I think that's
You don't want a 10-minute delay like we had at Arizona Western as Rasmussen. Central just a little out of sync right now, just not firing on all cylinders as a lot of hits are kind of wild right now.
A lot of it is serve receive right now. We're not getting a lot of good passes to the setter, and that always has a lot to do with it.
That's a pretty good one, and blocked by Luau. Rasmussen cross. Mayer digs it up. Stevenson goes deep. The bench thought that was out. Johnson played it. Rally goes on. North Platte leading 12-10. Stevenson blocked by Stewart and Tolman.
They're questioning that. I thought that was cleanly on the floor. We might have our
first video review. She raises her flag.
There you go.
The green flag, and here we go.
Whoever guessed the first set of the North Platte game won the money last night. Weren't we doing some bets?
Yeah, we were going to talk about that. Let's go, and I'm going to pause this real quick, and I'm going to go to the replay machine, and we're going to watch, and we're going to see block, and we're going to watch the volley come to this side.
It's going to be coming back here.
Block. Oh, yeah.
That's down. I don't know.
I guess I'm not understanding maybe what the challenge might be. Yeah, would it possibly be a net violation?
No, they were cheering because they act like she saved it, like a pancake.
Yeah,
but that wasn't
clearly did not get saved there. And I'm going to back this up a few frames here. And let's go back to this and watch this play here. And
yeah, they thought it was off her foot, I think.
Well, I don't know. Or they're calling it a net violation because let's watch here. Go back frame. Because the net.
I think it was off her foot, and then she saved it over. I think that's what they were calling, is that they thought the ball went off her foot.
Oh, watch this. Did you see it? Gonna go back and right there. It's kind of
on the floor.
On the toe. On the floor, on the toe right here as your.
That's the perfect look right there, because that's definitely not saved.
It is not often that I have been told I have the perfect look, so Devin, thank you for that. But yeah,
But look at that. That's what they should be looking at, is that one right there.
Yeah, and that is just kind of, it's off the toe, but it's also off the floor as well. So how about that look from our Sporfy camera?
What did she say she was in challenges, Alexa?
She was 2-0 coming into this.
Hopefully she's 2-1.
And the referees are looking at that. And I'm going to pull that up one more time here, if we can go back to 3 and check that out. But there you can see the ball right there on the end of her foot. Going to bring it back, and right there.
Yep.
Interesting look on the replay cam. We need a timer on this. You need a stopwatch around your neck like John Detai used to have, Laramie High School football coach.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. It's hard because I get why we have challenges, and like these are really good. These are good shots, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not meant to take this long.
He's going to talk to the coach. It's only been 3 minutes. They'll give the point to Central. So Alexa now 2-1 in challenges. How many challenges do you get?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it depends on if you can keep using them. I think if
you're successful,
yes,
did she lose a timeout or anything? Is there a penalty for challenges?
I think you have so many, and then yeah, I think you have so many. That's a good question.
12-11. And another block. Stewart, nice save, and on the floor, Luau can't get it. She was trying to get up. Ball comes right back at her, and we're knotted up at 12. That challenge took a little over 3 minutes.
That wasn't bad, I guess.
Because there is a clock feature on that replay that actually showed that. So what time that the replay started, and they'll give the point to North Platte. Breaks that tie. Substitutions for the Knights. Mackenzie Piper back in to serve. Linda and Jonas Svensson watching from Sweden as Central will pinball that one over. Thanks for watching, Linda and Jonas. And a put down by Presley Ryan at the net.
That not a really good swing. Naya was a little bit off balance for North Platte, and Lindsay read that one perfect.
Hallie Johnson, married in the offseason, serving 13 apiece. Luau, the ball rides the rail at the net. Nice joust, if you will, as she tools off the block, does Presley Ryan.
They called the net violation on North Platte anyways.
I'd still give her the kill.
Yep.
That's how I stat, right? Thanks to Neil Hushbeck. He is our student camera operator. Good direction, but it was out by the libero Mayer. That was a great idea, a great placement, just too far outside of the line. And Central with a 2-point advantage at the moment. Johnson serving, over serve or over pass, if you will, and Presley Ryan slam dunk. And we do see a timeout on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Central has put themselves out to a 16-13 advantage here in game number 1, best 3 out of 5 coming your way on a Friday morning. Yesterday's match took all of 57 minutes, and we're 20 minutes into game 1
yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer than that. Right now, this is a really good sign for the Rustlers, just because I think, if you look at North Platte, I think they have their best lineup in the front row. And so for us to gain this lead with that front row lineup, our front row is doing a great job at the net, winning those kind of, tie-ups at the net, I guess, and just showing how strong we are when we kind of get in that block mode. I think it's hard to hit against us.
But you brought up too that it was serve receive, and that's kind of rectified itself a little bit for Central as well, and maybe has rubbed off on the other side,
Yeah.
that North Platte has not been able to get the serve receive where they would like it to go right now as you stare into the Kim Davis huddle for
And
Central.
that's what Nora said last night in our interview, is that they've been really, really working a lot on serve receive. So I think they know that's probably where their weakness is, and that's kind of how the game goes. When they play that well, they do well.
Hallie Johnson serving. She has 13 aces on the year. Luau over the block. Good dig, Rasmussen, but it goes into the bottom of the net. And out of the timeout, North Platte breaks the serve and gets their serve back, and Stevenson will go to serve it up for the Knights. Sometime when we get a chance, I want to look at the benches on kind of a wide shot. As there's a kill by Paige Tolman. There's only 5 chairs on the benches, and when the teams were both just kind of out here early, I'm like, why are there only 5 chairs? Then I realized, oh yeah, nobody ever sits down in volleyball anyway, so there's actually just 5 chairs for assistants, and the coaches kind of to spread out, which that's just Kim. She has no assistants this year. But
Kim never sits down, so we really don't even need a
we'll
chair.
just clear those chairs out of there. They're just obstacles when the ball goes over there anyways. Luau sends it out, but a touch on Central. They were also talking about, I was talking with Coach McCall and her assistant and some of the other, I think it was a parent or two of a North Platte player, but in international rules, they have like an honor system where to save time on a replay, you can say, yeah, I touched it or something like that. And it's in international rules, they have like self-policing, so to speak,
I've always wondered
to
about
save
that.
time on replays. Nice shot by Chloe Wright. And out of the timeout, North Platte has gotten back within 1.
That's funny that you say that. You always just kind of wonder, why don't you just say you touched it?
Right.
You know? Goes both ways.
Richmond serving in the rafters. Ryan had to adjust her approach on that one. Did manage to get it over. Johnson sets it up. Matthews back to Ryan. Presley touched and dug in the back row by Richmond. Off the net, but out.
Good play by Presley. She was over here on the near sideline and thought a little bit about it, but knew she was on the line.
Yeah, could have made a play on it, but decided wisely not to on the swing by Wright. And Central back up 18-16, approaching the 20-point mark. Back set, cross is out, no touch on a swing from Ella Rotherham.
That swing hasn't worked super well for North Platte. A few errors both times.
Now we've got our review out of the way. We don't have to have any more. I'm good. I just wanted to see how one would work, and it actually worked pretty darn well, I would have to say. And Kylie Carney tallies a kill for the North Platte Knights, and she'll go back to serve.
Fortunately, with that shot, that was a pretty easy call to make.
Well, and that's, there are 5 cameras to get the better view. The first view we looked at was from this side net camera. The other side was actually this side was the line camera. The other side was the net camera. That one just goes long by Central. So there are 5 different angles to choose from.
Yeah. This is the point in the game where the Rustlers kind of get bogged down a little bit. I've seen several of their sets.
Nice dig, but an overpass and dunked back down by Rotherham. And we're dead even at 19 apiece.
We get a lead, especially when it gets to the near 20, and they just can't close the door.
Joel had mentioned Joel watches a lot of college volleyball, hearing a term, the red zone, at the 20-point mark. Is that what you said? Yeah, the red zone. And we're nearing that at 19 apiece. Central will play again this afternoon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then will not be back home again until Region 9 battles start October 3rd. Well, actually, Region 9 battles will start on the 26th of September at Gillette and at Casper. And Gillette College is in attendance this weekend here at Central. Central will get a good look at them. They will not play them, however. So they'll open up at Gillette and at Casper. Casper has Peyton Caruth. She was named the Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week in Region 9 volleyball. She went to the University of Wyoming initially, and I think she was verbaled there. I don't think she ever ended up going, did she?
I don't think so either.
And then now is at Casper College playing for Angel Sharman. She's from Kelly Walsh High School in Casper, leading the Casper College. Central will be at home for Region 9 play October 3rd and 4th, hosting Eastern. And LCCC is Nora Rasmussen out of the timeout, gets a side out with a kill going cross from the left pin.
That was a nice job, Nora, on that one, because the set was pretty close to the net, and to swing like that and stay out of the net was huge.
Working on a 30-minute first game. Lena caroms it off the ceiling. She'll roll shot it from the 10-foot line. Chloe dug by Lena, overpass and a kill by Ella Rotherham. Chloe Wright.
And Lindsay was was right across the net from her, but she was kind of going away from it and didn't get a good full block up.
Trinity Butler was in on that exchange. She is subbed out for North Platte. 2020, this serve brought to you by Riverton Vision.
That's right.
Dr. Devin Davis, optometrist.
There we go.
And then Lindsay Stewart says it's 21-20.
Well, we'd rather have it be 2015 by the Riverton Vision Center.
That's better vision.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Svensson will go back to serve. 21-20 Central on that Fremont Chevy scoreboard. We'll get you some first game stats at the conclusion of this. Back set left hand by Claflin, dug by Central. Rasmussen through the block. Wright is there. Stevenson down the line, trying to dig that up as Ryan can't. Nice swing by Stevenson. And it's knotted up again at 21 apiece.
She has been most of their offense.
Well, she leads him in kills. Chloe actually does at 149, but McKenna Stevenson at 132 is second on the list. As good received by Rasmussen. Stewart sends it deep, but Wright is there. Back to Stevenson, through the block and down the front of the Central blockers. And middle of that red zone, it's a 22-21 North Platte advantage. And serving will be the libero, Zoe Mayer. She's from Colorado Springs, Pine Creek High School, 5'7" sophomore. Tough jump serve. Svensson outside Rasmussen. Touch block. Luau brings it over. Back set Tolman with a left hand. Nice dig
Partially
in the back
blocked.
row by Carney. Stewart blocked by Luau. And we told you we would see that battle more times, and that one goes to Nia Luau.
She gave it right back. Lindsay blocked her early in this set.
23-20 now. North Platte out in front. Each team does still have a timeout. You wonder if that's coming anytime soon for Coach Davis. Great placement by Lindsay Stewart.
We needed that one for sure. And Lindsay heads up play there to know that the whole defense was coming.
Your top ace server stepping back for Central now in Nora Rasmussen with 19. Sends one at right.
There we go.
Tolman and Stewart on the block.
And that's...
And you wonder how much that affected. The setter had to go over there, Carney, and had to kind of work around Luau, who was trying to get out of the way, but kind of couldn't. And they'll be free-balled over at the very end by Meyer. Right side, Presley Ryan knocks one down, and it's game point, and here comes the timeout from North Platte. 24-23 Central on the verge of taking game one in what is a 31-minute first set.
I'm sure there's some way that you could look that up. Maybe ask Alexa. Just kidding. How many times out of a timeout does it favor the team that called the timeout? I've mentioned that all the time, but I would love to know that stat.
The stat also, this is completely unrelated because it's a basketball stat, but how many free throws does a team get before they hit the bonus? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many are two-shot? How many free throws do they get on fouls before a team reaches the bonus type of thing? And that's always been a stat that I thought about keeping, but have never had either the technology or B, the ambition to check that out. 24-23 out of the timeout. We'll see if Coach McCall's timeout produces a point and a side out for her team. One of the North Platte assistants said, volleyball's a complicated game. And I'm like, you think? It has changed. It has changed so much. My mother used to be a high school assistant back when it was best 2 out of 3 to 15, and you had to be serving to score. It was a nice answer by Stevenson out of the timeout. So there, put a dash by North Platte for scoring out of the side out.
Exactly right.
They've done that a couple of times now. And it's going back to serve Mackenzie Piper.
It's amazing how the game has changed since I know that I married Kim and really got into the game of volleyball. Huge changes.
Then it went to rally scoring to 30, and then they changed it to rally scoring to 25. Stewart. Nice placement by Luau, and here comes Kim Davis's timeout.
Yeah,
he couldn't get the referee's attention, and here will come Kim Davis's timeout as it's now game point North Platte out of this. And also, do you remember when they would have the 10 or 12-minute timeout between game 2 and game 3?
Yeah. That wasn't that long ago.
No, that wasn't that long ago, but that was a weird, it's kind of like a volleyball halftime.
Yep.
A 10-minute timeout between games 2 and game 3.
And I'm not quite sure why they ever thought that was a good idea. You know, because you don't really get winded. Like
especially if it was a televised, ESPN event. What do you do for 10 minutes? I guess you do it in halftime at football and basketball, so it probably would be no different in
Fill
volleyball.
The time.
But the long timeout between games 2 and 3. We need to mic up a coach or something. Game point, North Platte. Piper. Back set, Tolman through the block, off the ceiling. Nice placement by Wright to bring it back off of the ceiling. Svensson outside Ryan, blocked. Try to bring it back up, but Luau says not today, and they will take game 1, 26-24. 34-minute first set from Central. We'll be back after this break. North Platte takes game number 1.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Our services include hand therapy, orthopedic therapy, pre- and post-rehab, and aquatic therapy, and more. Set up an appointment today in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, or Rollins. FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Out here, we don't measure wealth in dollars. We measure it in peace of mind and freedom. We've grown beyond a single town to something much bigger, elevating how you bank. And it's time our name caught up with who we've become. a credit union forged in iron, retrofitted for possibilities, grand altitude, helping all of Wyoming live a life well lived.
Back to Central Wyoming College. North Platte taking game one, a 34-minute set, 26-24. 7 kills, McKenna Stevenson in that first set. Luau had 3, Chloe Wright had 3. There were no aces by North Platte. There was 1 by Central. And looking at the Central side, Presley Ryan had 5 kills, 4 kills for Lindsay Stewart, 2 for Nora Rasmussen. On the stat side of the equation, the score was tied 15 times in game number 1, and there were 8 lead changes in game number 1.
You know, that's again, I think that's so far been the Achilles heel of the Rustlers, is they get in a position where they're kind of in control and they just can't shut the door, and that cost them that time. You can only hold on to the lead so long.
Had game point at 24-23 and watched it slip away to lose game 1 26-24. Central had 2 solo blocks and 4 block assists in set 1. 1 solo block and 2 assist blocks as that spike goes long by Piper.
You know, last game though, you know, North Platte didn't really make a lot of those mistakes like that.
Stevenson picking up where she left off with her 8th kill of the morning, which is, broke my tongue to say. It's usually evening, then sometimes afternoon, but hardly ever mornings that we call these games. That's here.
A little different feel, isn't it?
This one might be afternoon before it's over. The way the first set went. Competitive. Ryan off the top of the block is touched and picked up in the back row. Stevenson again. Dug by Rasmussen this time. Ryan. Pinball, 10-foot line, flat-footed. Rasmussen brings it over. Luau back set is just long and out. North Platte wants a touch. At least a couple of Knights want a touch. They don't get it. And out of bounds it goes.
Wait till we have a challenge on that touch at the net. That's always a really tough one. I've noticed that. And I
don't think that I'll have the screen resolution, as you noticed, to pick that up. As they will watch it at 120 frames. We'll watch it at 30 frames. Stevenson sidearms that one over. Workman past Stevenson scores. Luau thought maybe that hit the antenna.
Kind of looking down here at the line judge. She was kind of lifting her flag, but kind of not.
3-1 Central out in front. Presley Ryan serving. Luau cross is out. They want touches again. Nothing called. And it's 4-1. Presley Ryan, boy, she served a stretch yesterday, didn't she?
Got plenty of practice.
Wore out her arm serving yesterday. Back set, Stevenson, deep and out.
Geez, I just said North Platte didn't make many mistakes last game, and they've already made more in this first set than they did all of the last match.
Like 3 straight right after you said that, in fact. Rodeo team is off this weekend. They will host their own event next weekend. Luau cross goes off the face of Rasmussen as it got misdirected a little bit at the net didn't it? And kind of took Nora by surprise, got her right in the face. She's laughing about it. You're talking about a great day for golf as that serve goes long. That's just the second service error of the match total, and they're both by North Platte. Lindsay Stewart checking into the game, patrols the middle. Lena Stewart to serve. Central with a 6-2 advantage in game 2, trailing 1-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Right, nice dig, Whitney. Brought back over. Great dig by Quincy Matthews. And then Nora will score the kill.
As a coach, on one side, you love that play. On the other side, just kind of a sloppy play, and it ends up in a point for the Rustlers.
Central playing with a little more intensity here in game 2, it feels like. And there's an ace by Whitney. #15th ace of the season for the reigning freshman of the year from last year. Almost got another one. Right, blocked at the net. Stewart and Workman were there, but it came down on the Central side.
That's where you almost wish there wasn't a block, because that would have been an easy.
Let somebody in the back row.
Yeah, easy return.
Pull that one up. Richmond is in. Rotherham is in for North Platte. Richmond will serve. Thanks to Coach McCall for visiting with me prior to the match and getting pronunciations and a little bit about her team as Rasmussen rolls shots deep and out.
Long set that time by Quincy, and she just didn't get it pushed far enough out, so she had to adjust. Nora did.
8-4, Central has them doubled up. After falling in game 1, 26-24, Workman puts it in between 5 and 10. It's about 7.5. Put it between Butler and Richmond back there in that back row. And here comes Svensson in for Workman. Tolman returns for Matthews. Tolman was at Central a couple of years ago, went on a mission, now back for Central. Paige Tolman. 8 returners if you count Paige and, of course, Lindsay Stewart. But like I said, Lindsay missed a lot of last year as there's a nice dunk on the overpass by Carney. Stewart missing much of last year. Never got to play at home because of the ACL tear. You see that knee brace on number 12. Out comes Piper. Serving Carney. And just deep and out.
That was closer than I think they thought it was going to be. But Paige, you know, great gal. She told Coach Davis, she was here the semester that Kim was named head coach, and she told Kim that meeting her, she just really knew she wanted to come back and play here at Central. So that was a big compliment.
And here she is. Nice dig by Johnson, but nobody else is there. And the second hit, and out of bounds it goes to the North Platte Knights. Butler out, returning Stevenson to play that outside pin. And here comes Chloe Wright to serve it up out of Hurricane, Utah. 2 Hurricane Utahns on this team as well, both from Hurricane High School. Stevenson. Good dig by Rasmussen. Ryan away from the net, blocked, punched back over. North Platte kind of celebrating, but Central brings it back. Stevenson blocked, up in the air. Stevenson again. Svensson got the first hit on it, so that brings the libero in, and they'll say touch. And she nods her head. Chloe Wright, playing international rules.
That's thank you. You know,
she's nodding her head. She said, "Yeah, I touched it."
Luckily, it was right in front of the line judge,
right.
Though, so kind of hard to get away with those.
You gotta like the way that happened, though. Nice job, Chloe Wright. Good sportsmanship. Just nodding her head. Yes, I did. 11-6, and an ace for Hallie Johnson.
You know, it's kind of funny how if you watch both teams, if a lot of times their best hitter when they're in the back row, you kind of pick on them because you know if they get out of their game with the passing, that they're kind of out of their game with hitting too.
Well, that's why the coach has the clipboard to say where I want this to serve.
You know, they see that. You see that with Presley, as they serve to her a lot.
Stevenson.
Boy, Stevenson had a fantastic first set.
Yeah, and 7 kills in that first set, and I stole your thunder a little bit because, yes, he's kind of been pinballing it around a bit. Timeout called by Coach McCall. Central out to a 13-6 advantage in game number 2 after falling in game 1, 26-24. Central will be going back on the road next week to Scottsbluff and Torrington. They will be, well, looks like they'll play all of their games at Torrington.
They're not doing the Scottsbluff thing anymore. That's they're not having any of the games in Scottsbluff.
Okay, well that would explain why
it's not really the Wyobraska. I guess it's just the YO tournament.
They're playing Hutchison, Indian Hills, and Iowa Western.
Yeah, a good matchup of 3 tough teams that they.
Iowa Western, a national champ a couple years ago, I do believe too. In fact.
So this preseason, tournament schedule has been really tough for CWC, and you just hope it pays off when they get into North Region 9 play.
They will begin North Region 9 play the 26th and 27th at Gillette and at Casper.
It also makes you appreciate the road trips in the North Region. Kind of feels like Saturday.
Well, I called Friday yesterday all day, and that was only Thursday, and then I said something about tomorrow being Saturday, and I was all over the map. But swing by Tolman is going to connect. And out of the timeout, they don't get the side out, and Johnson will serve.
Don't you think it's probably about 50-50 after a timeout when it's all said and done?
I think it does seem trending that the side out is effective out of the timeout, it seems like.
I wouldn't think so, because if the team that's serving got into that foul situation, foul would be the team going against that serving.
That's true.
Serving. Overpass. Luau terminates.
Nora knew right away that that's not a great
that was
pass.
Trouble.
Yep.
Johnson from the back row. 14-8 Central. Stevenson blocks, but it's blocked out of bounds by Whitney and Coleman.
Got a hand on that one, so that was good. But this is a situation where you can't get on your heels. You got a good lead, and you got to keep the pedal down.
Serving Kearney, who plays in Nebraska but is from Utah, despite the town of Kearney, Nebraska. And a timeout called by Coach Kim Davis at 14-10. So have you been keeping track of that stat then on the side outs after that?
No.
You need a pen? So Joel brought this up, but the Wyoming Cowgirls played 2 ranked teams in one day yesterday at the Fight in the Fort at TCU. Cowgirls dropped a 4-set loss to number 23 Missouri to open the day, and then fell in 3 to 15th ranked TCU. So the Wyoming volleyball team playing a couple of ranked opponents yesterday, talking about CWC's strength of schedule, playing ranked teams as well. Thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the new media curriculum here at Central Wyoming College. Neil Hushbeck is our camera operator. Amanda is our director, providing the sights and sounds of CWC volleyball from day number 2 of 3 of the CWC Invitational. Does it have a name? Does it have a sponsor?
I don't know.
Dr. Devin Davis and the Riverton Vision CWC invite. Luau. Well, she put a little more ginger on that tip than I thought she was going to get, as she puts that one down in the middle of the CWC defense.
It was kind of more of a shove, and just hard enough that it came off the block and fell down.
14-11. Central with a 3-point advantage, but on the momentum, and there's an ace by Kearney. That is her 17th ace of the season. She sits about 4th. Mayer leads with 22 aces. Piper has 19 on the season.
And again, what did we talk about? What have we talked about? Serve, receive. And right now we got to get out of this funk.
Rasmussen bounces it off the rafters, and new insert into the game is Brinley Birch from Montpelier, Idaho, and Luau just sends it wide and out. Line judge says out, and it's 15-12. Svensson and Tolman out. Quincy Matthews in to serve. Brinley Birch from Montpelier, Idaho, 5'8" freshman. Down the line and off the block of Workman goes Stevenson for another kill.
Well, you know, you're talking about how volleyball has changed. I mean, they've loosened up the standards a lot on serve receive. You know, that probably would have been called a few years ago as a 2-hit, lift, whatever you want to call it, and now they just kind of let it play.
Yeah, it seems like the only double hit they call is on sets, and even that is kind of loosened up as Birch might not have even got into the block. And it's now 15-14, and Presley Ryan going to return for Brinley Birch. And serving is Juliana Netherton from Clinton, Utah. Went to St. Joseph Catholic High, a 5'9" freshman. Ryan blocked, sent back over, but wide, and we are tied at 15 apiece.
We just have a funk of really sloppy play right now.
We saw 15 ties in the first game alone, and now it's tied at 15. 8 lead changes, and here's another one in this one, as that's an ace.
Trying to change position on the floor a little bit, give Presley a break.
Netherton, by the way, just her second ace of the season. (16-15) North Platte Whitney. Nice dig by Mayer. Stevenson blocked. And that one's going to sail out of bounds on an errant pass. Putting her face in both hands is Naya Luau. And it's 16 apiece, serving Presley Ryan. Game 1 to North Platte. Central trying to even it up. Outside Stevenson, through the block and tallies.
Geez, it's just like a night-day difference here. When we got middle of the game, a lot of mistakes to begin with North Platte, and then
they've righted the ship a bit.
And CWC has made several.
Trinity Butler from Sidney, Nebraska serving. Quincy, one-hand set, one-hand poke over by Whitney, one hand brought back, one hand brought back that way. This one's one hand as well, but it's blocked. I think that one actually,
that wasn't even
I thought that hit the net myself, but nothing. They do say that it was called there, and Workman trying to run around Matthews, who is on the ground, can't, and the point goes North Platte. I think that, can you challenge that? Can you go back and say, was that for? Coach Davis going to call a timeout.
That's a good question.
Is that a challengeable offense to see if you could see if that was for or not? I mean, in the grand scheme of things,
I think the thing that you're seeing without a doubt is when, and this is probably not rocket science, but when CWC's in system, they play really good volleyball. When they get out of system, that's when they start struggling. And I think that's for most teams, obviously, right. But you can really see that that North Platte's got CWC right now out of system, and they're really struggling to get their feet underneath them.
Well, and it's that pendulum swing that happens because it was North Platte, not maybe necessarily out of system, but their hits were going long. The kill attempts were all going long. It may be a product of being out of system, but then now Central just kind of not being able to get that serve received to get a good set. And they find themselves down 2. Central is out of timeouts now as Platte has one left.
See North Platte doing a great job serve receive. Their first pass is right to the setter, not hardly any movement, and the wrestlers just not doing that. So got to get things going the right direction.
Butler serving. And she's going to tally an ace by my standards. As that one just falls short. By my scoring, I would give her 12th ace of the season right there. It's kind of interesting to see that Butler's knee pads are calf warmers, where everybody else has their knee pads on their knees. Hers not even on her knees, kind of warming up her calves there, maybe compression.
Shin pads.
Shin pads. They thought maybe that was out. Birch played it. Workman sends it deep and out. Central wants a touch, don't get one. 19-16, excuse me, now it's 20-16.
Coach Davis has to be wondering, what do we have to do?
Yeah, they got to ride it out now. They have no more timeouts. Rasmussen has to adjust to come in to get that attempt. Right tallies for North Platte.
And seems like there's nothing that Central can do right now.
Butler still serving. Layton High School from Sidney, Nebraska. That corner near Cheyenne, Wyoming. And into the net.
Number 8.
Carney will give Central back the serve and stop some momentum at the moment. But they trail 4 with 4 to go. Down 1-0 already. Approaching 10 o'clock at Central Wyoming College. Good morning, John Gabrielson, Devin Davis from Rustler Gymnasium. The CWC Home Invitational. Central trailing 1-0. Workman dug. Workman gets first hit. Stewart becomes the setter as she'll pass set to Rasmussen. That's an overpass right there, and they're going to call 4. As it did not get over the net. And it's an overpass and 4, and Central gets the point. Whitney serving. Had to make the setter come out to the 10-foot line. Right, blocked by Workman and Stewart in the area. Old man Mo now coming black and orange a bit, as they've scored the last 3 straight. Whitney serving, goes at the libero, jump set outside right, goes down the line and in. And it's 22-19, back to North Platte serving Richmond. Ten aces on the season for the freshman defensive specialist. Goes at Birch, back set Workman. That's an excellent bump set spike, as you would call it.
That's
back
exactly
in the day.
right, you know, and the benefit there is it was a nice pass to the setter. The setter had 3 options that time, right side, outside, middle. So it's hard to set up a block when that happens.
22-20. Svensson will go back to serve. Can appreciate you watching on the Rustler Athletics stream on YouTube. Svensson family in Sweden watching Ella with their evening meal as we're finishing breakfast here this morning. Chloe with a roll shot, finds the campfire there as Nora Rasmussen came in but couldn't tally. And Jenna Claflin, 5'11" sophomore, comes in.
And you know what I bet they're having? Meatballs.
Swedish meatballs?
Yeah.
They can get them at IKEA. Rasmussen, dig by Meyer. Ball hits and in on a cross from Chloe Wright. Great placement. And it is game point number 2. I guess game point for set number 2. It is their first opportunity at game point. At Rasmussen, back out to Nora. Block off the block, she'll score on a block attempt by Rotherham and Claflin. And Rasmussen will tally and she'll go back to serve. It is still game point. North Platte. Central got an uphill battle. They lost game 1 26-24, trailing 24-21. Nora to serve. Our post-game guest yesterday. Right, dug by Johnson, backside Birch. Dig in the back row is an overpass. Birch sets it back down and tallies. Nice job, Brindley Birch. Her first kill of the set and the match. And Nora back at the serve. Just need to put it in play. Don't get crazy fancy and get a service error to end it.
Or an ace, we could.
Well, and she is our leading ace server at the same time, too. So Birch, nice dig by Wright. Back row attempt coming. Is out from the shot by Butler, and Coach McCall will burn a timeout as Central has battled back to within 1. This is the exact point we were at, but opposite in game 1. Central had game point at 24-23, and North Platte scored the next 3 points and won 26-24. We're just deja vu all over again, and just on the opposite side of what happened.
And you can see, like I pointed out, that all the points North Platte scored when Central Wyoming got out of system, and you can see that happening right now with North Platte, is that they're just struggling to get the ball over, not being able to set it up for the kill like they did in that run that they had.
CWC quickly out of their huddle, back out on the court. North Platte now breaking huddle. Central will be back at it again this afternoon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll host McCook College. You remember when Little League All-Star Baseball, all the kids used to have to stay with host parents? Yeah. That's kind of what it reminds me of, with McCook staying with host parents at the tournament in volleyball last night, after deciding that maybe this motel is not the motel we want our kids to stay in the River City. Rasmussen still serving. And that ball is out on a miss hit by Wright. And the Rustlers have battled back off the deck to stand toe-to-toe with North Platte at 24 apiece.
I loved that host family deal in Little League, but by the way.
Outside, left-hand hit, dug by Rasmussen, brought back by Swenson with one hand, and a kill by Birch. They'll call North Platte in the net anyway. That was a great series of events for Central on their side, ending with a Birch termination, and it's now game point Central. Rasmussen now with a little more aggressive serve. Birch brings it back into play. Sent back over. Svensson comes and gets it outside Birch. Swing. Nice dig by Maservi.
Wow.
Set middle. Stewart. Corner. Match to be game point.
Sloppy. But heads up play by Lindsay. And the Rustlers did just enough to pull that one out at the end.
That one only a 30-minute set after a 34-minute first one.
Are those just the same game except for different teams won?
Exactly.
You know?
At the same points, for sure. We're tied up at a game apiece. Each team winning 26-24 in their sets. We'll be back. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt. And reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Welcome to Bailey Tire and Auto Service, your local tire and auto repair specialist in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local, choose Bailey Tire and Auto, where your satisfaction hits the road.
The crowd is roaring, the whistle sounds, and a new season kicks off. Behind every pass, every drive, and every hard-fought point, Hot Springs Health is there. From Fremont County to Worland and right here in Thermopolis, Their clinics care for every athlete like family. With modern equipment, trusted providers, and sports equipment ready when you need them, Hot Springs Health keeps our athletes strong and ready to play. This season and every season, Hot Springs Health proudly stands with our hometown teams.
Game number 3 coming up from Central Wyoming College. 1 apiece on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. When it repopulates on our screen, both teams winning their games 26-24, and both teams scoring the last 3 points of the match after seeing the other team with game point. I think it was 24-20, was it not? At
That's
one
what
point?
I was wondering what that. Where we were at, 24-19, 24-20, somewhere around there, I believe.
Game 1 saw 15 ties and 8 lead changes. Game 2 saw only 4 ties and 2 lead changes. Leading the way right now, McKenna Stevenson has 11 kills. She had 4 in that second set. 8 kills for Chloe Wright. Central is led by Presley Ryan, who's actually has been subbed out with Brindley Birch coming in, but Presley still leads with 6 kills right now. Lindsay Stewart has 5 for Central, 5 for Rachel Workman, and 4 for Nora Rasmussen right now. 8 digs for Hallie Johnson, 6 digs Nora Rasmussen. Zoe Mayer has 6. Chloe Wright has 7 digs. Chloe Wright serving for North Platte as we are underway in game 2. Lena Whitney, good dig by Carney, free balled over by the Knights. Birch starting game 3 for Central. Left hand, got touched and scoring. Claflin, that sounded crazy. That sounded like it jammed somebody's fingers.
It did.
The way that ball came off the net that time.
Almost like a punch, kind of.
1-0. We've seen 3 service aces by both teams. Workman, good dig by the libero. Swing. And do they say touch? What is the call? They say touch, so they're going to call the line judge over. Ball was out, but she's calling a touch. Did the line judge, so we'll see where this one ends up. Would you challenge this early? They're going to say a touch, and they will give it. Would you challenge at 1-0? Is it worth wasting one of your challenge? I wouldn't say wasting, but is it worth?
I don't know. This is a close one, right? And she's not going to. I think, Coach Davis asked her players, did anybody touch that? And
it's going to be an ace by Wright. Did anybody fess up? Did you notice?
I thought I saw a lot of no's out there,
okay.
but again, you have to balance that out, right?
Right, and at 1-0 / you win, it's 1-1.
Yeah.
But at this juncture, that serve goes out, and it's 3-1 now. And as I mentioned, you maybe in game 4 when it's 23-22, you call a challenge just to stop momentum, perhaps, or use it as a timeout. Stevenson blocked, set deep. Nice job by Birch.
Brindley. Oh. Bummer, man.
Free balled over by Workman as they couldn't really get an attack out of it. Nice job by Johnson. Poked over in 2 by Quincy. Middle block. As Rotherham's shot. Stevenson tries to tip it over, and Rachel Workman is right there to say, not today.
Yeah, a lot of just jousting at the net that time, I guess. That's what that all was. Nobody with a really good swing.
Birch serving. Left-hand swing is long for Claflin. And Birch will go back to serve. We are tied at 3s. We are tied at 1 apiece on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Go at the libero. Outside Stevenson. 12th kill of the match for Stevenson.
We haven't really seen Nia Lual have too many chances here, at least in the latter part of that second set.
Yeah, you are correct. Again, Coach kind of called her the one that, you know, and as up on cue, she gets an attempt at it that got partially blocked by Central.
Man, how'd she get that over?
Stevenson hits the tape. Rasmussen throws it deep corner. Great job, Chloe Wright, to dig that one up, and then free ball back over on a set. Jousted the net, won by Lual, as Lual Central was in the net on top of it anyway. And they're going to give the ball to North Platte. Stevenson in double digits with 12 kills right now. Her season high was 22 against Hutchinson Community College. Wow. That Central will meet next weekend. 22 kills in one match. She's also had...
That was out. We'll take it.
Yeah, she's also had... a 17 kill attack against Casper College, 14 against Seward County, 13 against Gillette. Luau, good dig by Birch. Nice job by Rasmussen to go get it. Stevenson pokes it over. Workman got it. Matthews' second hit. Roll shot from right. Back out. Stevenson off the block. Tallies another one. She's at 14 for the match now. And North Platte back out to a 6-4 advantage. We're tied at a game apiece on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. John Gabrielson, Devin Davis with you. Amanda Nikoloff, our new media instructor, is directing back in Wyoming PBS studio control. Neil Hushback getting extra credit, I hope, running the camera. Isabel Richmond serving. And Wright knocks it down.
Finally.
Excuse me, Stewart.
Yeah, finally a really nice quick set in the middle there from Quincy to Lindsay. Good timing on that one.
Coco Chanel. Dennison checking into the ball game. We got to get
Coco
I would say
puffs.
Leave it to Steve to come up with Coco Pebbles for her on that one, as that one goes out. And Dennison watching it. And Central has brought it back even. Again, there were 15 ties in game one, just 4 in game two.
Huh.
Central had most of the lead in game two. I mean, a big 5 or 6 point lead at different points. Luau blocked. Richmond is there. That one hit the antenna. And it's out on Stevenson. And Central with a 1 point advantage.
And I think right now, again, we've talked about that. That front line for North Platte is probably their strongest. So if we can get out of that in good shape, I think we're okay.
Dennison, a freshman out of Mapleton, Utah, almost tallies an ace. Stevenson,
nice dig.
Great dig by Johnson. Rasmussen off the block and scores in front of Luau.
Those are just hard. The timing isn't the same on the block when they're back that far.
Kill number 5 for Rasmussen. She and Stewart and Workman with 5 each. Ryan has 6. Outside Stevenson, swing it in. Hit the top of the net, or maybe got partially blocked by Stewart. Substitutions for the Knights. Going back out to serve, Trinity Butler. CWC women's basketball team providing the ball handling. Shaggers, is that what they call them? Shag the balls there for the service and keep everything moving. Rasmussen blocked by Luau and Carney. And we draw even at 8.
It's a little easier to set up a block when the pass has to go that distance. She only had really one option.
8 apiece. Butler serving. Appreciate you watching on Rustler Athletics YouTube page. Quincy tried to find Campfire on 2, can't. Stewart redirected over by Wright. Rasmussen cross. Wright gets one hand on it. Wright from the 10-foot line. Dug by Johnson. Rasmussen off the block and out. They say no, they didn't touch it.
They haven't called.
I think that might have came off the tape, too, the way it looked. But
that's happened several times, though. I think that's probably the second or third.
It evens out,
yeah,
perhaps.
It does. And I think that's also what you kind of have to think about when you're calling a challenge.
Well, nice play by by Lindsay Stewart, as she just had that one shoot off of her shoulder. And it went over, and she ends up getting the point out of it. Because Lindsay Stewart.
Off her shoulder, was that?
Yeah, it bounced. She got shrugged into it. Bounced it right off of her shoulder.
Nice serve right in between two North Platte players in the back row, and they kind of looked at each other a little bit.
20th ace of the season for Nora Rasmussen.
That time, killed by Chloe Wright, went right through the block.
11-9 the score now.
Two pretty darn even teams, you know that?
Yes. And I think this one will go a long way in helping decide, I guess, the near future of these two teams, since that one goes long.
And killed that time by Chloe Wright. Another one on the outside, kind of a mirror image of the last play, as we got a block up, but just not enough to block it down.
12-10 our score. Central with the lead, serving Kearney. Central bench vocal and active. Behind the back tip, behind the head tip by Quincy Matthews goes wide and out of bounds.
Quincy did what she had to. She didn't really have another choice, but just too far on that.
12-11 our score now. Nice hard serve at Rasmussen. Matthews comes out to the 12-foot line area, and then Rasmussen sends it wide, and we're knotted up at 12s. Each team has both timeouts remaining. At 12-12, Kearney to serve. Whitney, nice dig by Kearney. Right, blocked by Whitney. Oh, wow. They caught the ball on the other side because they thought there were double hits. Maybe a lift in there. They caught it instead of playing it.
I'm going to tell you, I think Laney hit that like 3 times.
Oh, yeah, and that's exactly what North Platte thought, and I'm of the same opinion with you. I think one hit it into the net. She hit it maybe one more time, came off her body one more time, and they're just going to let it go.
I'm surprised. I'd be challenging that one, because to me, that just didn't look right.
Yeah, and at a 13-12, you know,
yeah,
12-12 battle, it could be the tipping point for sure. Matthews to serve. Central with a 1-point advantage. Right, blocked by Lena Whitney and Brinley Birch. Birch will go back to serve with a 2-point advantage now. Nope, she won't. She's like, that's not my turn.
I think the officials, did you kind of watch them? I think they didn't really know what, they kind of froze a little bit.
I'm going to go back and show you a replay here real quick, if we can go to number 3. But watch this play. This is the play where it comes off of the shoulder, and you're going to look right in this area right here. There's the shoulder play, if you watch that. And then I'm going to watch it again right there. Boom. Just kind of chicken winged it up. We'll watch one more time as it comes up right off the shoulder and ends up getting
Is that a dig?
That's a dig and a kill, I think. And
an assist.
The way I stat things. Now, Let me go look and see if I can go back and check the play by Lena a while ago. Back to action, block. And that is in by Chloe Wright. Well, the one thing that you can't see on the replay is going back on it to see the score on the replay from the automatic cameras, if you will. $14 apiece now out of all that, and Chloe Wright to serve. They go at Birch. Rasmussen finds the campfire past a diving libero who gave it all she had, Mayer. And it's 15-14 on the kill by Nora.
It's like when you see that, they all know what's coming, but like their feet are in mud.
You know, I don't know if it's defensive alignment or kids are just so much more athletic, but you don't see a lot of campfire action anymore. You know what I mean? It just seems like teams are in better positions, and you don't see the pronounced campfire shot so much anymore. And North Platte's going to tally once again.
That was a kill and a half that time by McKenna Stevenson. See, this is Stevenson and Lual in the front row.
Yeah, doing their damage.
That's right, and we just haven't figured out a way to shut that down. That's when they tend to make their runs.
Blocked. Birch can't get it. And now 17-15 North Platte.
And we were up, was it 2 or 3? So I think it's been about a 5-point run.
Going to see Kendall McFadden from Lander Valley High School check into the ball game. The freshman from Tiger Town. She will come in to play. They'll go right at her. Why not?
Nice pass.
Absolutely. Great pass. Rasmussen hits it off the top of the block. Brought back up. Stevenson gets a hard shot at it, and Kendall got a piece of it along the back line, but another kill by Stevenson, and it's 18-15 North Platte. And another point, North Platte.
Kim's going to call, Coach Davis going to call a timeout, and we're just struggling serve receive, and that's kind of the name of the game.
Yeah, find themselves down at 19-15, tied at a game apiece after each team won 26-24 in the first game North Platte, second game Central, and now here game 3 heading to the North Platte advantage. It's the team on the left that wins so far. Each team that has had the left side court has been victorious.
You won I found some stats. So out of a timeout, depends on, believe it or not, it depends on when you call the timeout. So if it's a team, if your opponent's on a 2-point run, there's a side out after the timeout almost 63% of the time.
So they've got this broken down like baseball stats. Left-handed pitchers at night games on even days of the calendar, that kind of thing. That on a 2-point run. And
if your opponent's on a 4-point run, it drops down to 58.3%. So it's still more favorable for the side out, the team that calls the timeout.
More favorable when it's close, sounds like.
Yep.
Statistically. Did you read that on like Freakonomics or something? Have you seen Freakonomics?
No.
The studies that they've done on different things. And Stevenson, kill. Central does not break the serve on this timeout, and they find themselves down 5 with 5 to go.
Opponent on a 5-point run, you call a timeout, it's less than 50%. It's 48%.
Well, then,
so you don't really call a timeout.
That's why Kim didn't call it. It's kind of like the cheat sheet you have to have on when to go for 2 in football, right? That one is just out. Oh, they get a touch.
Oh, man.
Referee on the stand calls a touch, and Central, fortuitous call, gets the serve back with Lena Whitney to serve. Stevenson, blocked by Stewart. Turns around as if to say, that's what I do.
That wasn't even a question.
that is what I do.
Nobody was going to return that block.
No. McFadden has only appeared in 5 matches as she gets time on the home floor here today. And Central sees North Platte spike one down the left side inside and tallies.
This is when we did last time. Both teams have actually kind of made a run at this stage of the match.
Yeah, 21 up 4 with 4 to go. They'll go at McFadden again. Overpass dunked down by Luau. Her first name is Naya. We had a Naya at Riverton High School that went on to play at the University of Wyoming, then went on to play at SMU.
Yep.
And Naya Shimei is now an assistant coach at Colorado State University.
Oh, really?
And
what?
Thanks to Joel Kindle for that knowledge that he imparted with me a couple of days ago. So, and it's hard to believe she graduated same year as my daughter, 2020. And you would think that this being the 5th year, she would still have eligibility, A, because of COVID years, that kind of thing. But she's also played, I think, professionally for a year. And she's done all of that, you know, her college career and a professional year in 5 years. You would think that she would still have, I guess, more eligibility. But maybe it's a matter of, you know, perhaps injury. I don't know that. Or just perhaps I'm done and an opportunity to go coach or something like that. But Naya Shimei.
Yeah, it seems like.
And she's not an Riverton alumni, even though she spent 7 out of her 8 semesters of high school at Riverton. She graduated from Kelly Walsh High School, taking that last semester in Casper. 22-17. That time the side out does work on the timeout.
That was
Central gets it back.
Yeah, that just made the percentages change.
That was that 48% right there. Coco Dennison in to serve for Central. Down 4 with 3 to go here in game 3. Tied at a game apiece. Luau over the block. Rasmussen off the block of Luau scores. Down 3 with 3 to go.
Nice serve, hard.
Got him out of system. Stevenson still gets a pretty good shot on it, and it's just long. Just a bit long, a whisker, if you will, on that end line. 22-20. Dennison with those hot pink shoes, still serving. The hitter becomes the setter. Stevenson backside, that's long. And it's a 1-point game. Coach McCall does have a timeout left. She doesn't call it. She headed out to the court as if she was going to call it and does not. Dennison going at their libero. Stevenson tapped by Rasmussen. Stewart sends it back corner. Wright is there. Luau over. There's Dennison. Good scrappy play by each team. Stevenson on the other side.
Nice block.
That's in
partial
wheelhouse. Yeah, got tipped. Touched by Luau and punched back to the net.
There's one of those campfire plays almost that actually worked.
22-22. Central has battled back off the deck again. And it's been deja vu, game 1 to game 2, now game 2 to game 3. I tell you what, you don't want to have a 24-23 lead in this game because you end up losing the set. Because that has happened twice in this contest.
So what were we at there? 17? Is it 5 points? I think that's maybe what it was, maybe not. We're terrible. I am terrible. I just get caught up in the...
Right there. 22-17 at one point.
Yeah.
5 straight.
So the 5+ run is a 48% chance. So she waited too long,
so
technically.
You're saying there's a chance. Is that what you're saying? Isaac Smith watching. Central Wyoming College saying go C-Dub on the web stream. Appreciate you tuning in on Rustler Athletics. Rasmussen sent back over by Luau. Here comes back row set McFadden. Good dig by Richmond. Stevenson. Quincy saying that it hit the antenna or did nothing move in there, and it's 23-22. North Platte out of the timeout. Gets the law of, bucks the law of averages, actually, because it was
yep,
48% of the time, and
it worked.
And they got it. At Denison, back row, one-handed, nice play by Johnson. Right, good dig by Johnson. Stewart comes and gets it. Rasmussen, third hit, she had a tough angle she had to go on and couldn't get it. 24-22. Central needs this next point in order to win the match, because to win the game.
Jeez.
Because the team that has had a 24-23 lead in this one has lost the 2 previous games. Game point for North Platte. Right. Off the top of the tape, at the net, and point North Platte. Game, they're up 2-1. Luau patrolling that middle.
I kind of wonder what Lindsay was doing that time, and because she had a chance to go up and play that ball at the net, and she kind of went past it. I don't know if she thought somebody else was there.
Maybe playing it out of the net, perhaps, but it did hit up at the net. So 2-1, North Platte out in front from Central Wyoming College. Game number 4 coming your way right after this.
Out here, we don't measure wealth in dollars. We measure it in peace of mind and freedom. We've grown beyond a single town to something much bigger, elevating how you bank. And it's time our name caught up with who we've become. A credit union forged in iron, retrofitted for possibilities, grand altitude, helping all of Wyoming live a life well lived.
The crowd is roaring, the whistle sounds, and a new season kicks off. Behind every pass, every drive, and every hard-fought point, Hot Springs Health is there. From Fremont County to Worland and right here in Thermopolis, their clinics care for every athlete like family. With modern equipment, trusted providers, and sports equipment ready when you need them, Hot Springs Health keeps our athletes strong and ready to play. This season and every season, Hot Springs Health proudly stands with our hometown teams.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Our services include hand therapy, orthopedic therapy, pre- and post-rehab, and aquatic therapy, and more. Set up an appointment today in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, or Rawlins. FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Two games to one, North Platte is out in front of the Central Wyoming Rustlers. They win 26-24. Central wins 26-24. North Platte wins 25-22. We have seen a total of 26 scores tied in this 3 games so far. We have seen 12 lead changes, only 2 lead changes in the last 2 games.
Even though they were just as close, that's the funny part about it. But it seemed like a team got a lead, they kept the lead, and so
Central has had 8 team blocks to just 4 team blocks for North Platte, and you know, a lot of times, you know, turnovers and rebounds in basketball are your telling stat. I think, you know, blocks and service errors kind of tell a story in volleyball right now. North Platte has 6 serving errors. Central only has 1 serving error, but they have 4 aces. North Platte has 5 aces. How about McKenna Stevenson? She already has 20 kills through 3 games right now for North Platte.
Does it say what her kill percentage is? Because
262.
Yeah, she hasn't made a whole lot of errors.
9, unfortunately, but 20 kills to lead the way. Nora Rasmussen leading the way for Central. She has 9. Stevenson tries to pick up where she left off, has to push that one. Nora goes deep down the line, past a diving Chloe Wright and scores.
That's always a good spot because usually your DS is going to play up behind the block to catch it, and really nobody in that corner.
Chloe Wright has 13 kills. Great dig by Presley Ryan, who did not play in that game. That one hit the antenna. It's out of bounds. And they do call it, and it's 2-0. 13 kills, Chloe Wright. Nia Luau has 7, 3 for Kylie Carney, 2 for Jenna Claflin, 2 for Ella Rotherham for North Platte. I'll get you Central's after this point. Stevenson will tally her 21st kill of the match on that one. 9 kills for Rasmussen, 6 for Presley, 7 for Stewart, 5 for Workman. Lena Whitney has 2. Quincy Matthews has 1 from the center spot. Tolman has 2. And Brindley Birch has 2 for Central. And a service error number 7 on North Platte as that one goes into the tape, and it's 3-1 Central.
A lead in this match does not really mean anything, especially to begin with.
No.
Really.
It's in that red zone, as we've, so much talk about. Workman has to craftily put one over on the angle. Stevenson taps it, and Matthews is there, and they're going to call Central in the net. Lindsay Stewart brushing up against the netting is going to be whistled, and it's 3-2 North Platte with the serve. They trail. Juliana Netherton checking in to serve. Exiting stage right, Jenna Claflin. Next game is supposed to start in 21 minutes.
Okay.
That is not happening.
Not going to happen.
Well, they're giving him a 19-minute warm-up for one. So that 3 o'clock game we're talking about?
Ain't going to happen.
That may be 4:30. Nice job, Presley Ryan.
And we get, Presley struggled defensively in the back row, and coach took her out, but we need her to be a force in this set.
Tally her 7th kill of the match. Johnson serving. Back set Luau over the top of the block. I'm not sure Nora thought that might have been coming closer to her. She had to actually kind of dive out to go get it and just got a piece of it. And out of bounds it goes, and Trinity Butler will serve for the Knights. Out of North Platte, Nebraska. That's a drive to get to Riverton, Wyoming. So is McCook.
7-8 hours probably. 8 hours at least.
Maybe a little longer in a shuttle bus / bus. Talking with the bench now about rotation issue, perhaps. And they'll go back to regular life. And Butler's like, y'all good now? Just kind of holds on to the ball for a second after the whistle came and fires one at Rasmussen. Workman. Nice dig. Another great dig on the floor by Mayer. How about one more by Mayer? Wow, they'll finally tally, but 2 great digs, and they'll call Central in the net. Ended up being a Central point initially, but they call Central in the net, and we're tied at 4s. Great job by Zoe Mayer on the dig tactic of that one as Butler sends that one.
I thought
long.
maybe, you saw the Central players react like I did and hit the net, and I thought maybe, again, one of those that you challenge, but I think sometimes just letting it play out works out almost as good.
Right. Right side, Chloe Wright has 14 kills. Here's an interesting statistic that Kylan Schultz, our statistician, puts together because it's too hard to stat a game you don't really understand. I can do kills every now and then and service errors and aces and stuff, but by sets, North Platte has out-killed Central in every set so far with the kills as Ryan is blocked. And that'll be a tally for Kearney. First set was 17-13, North Platte out-killed Central. Second set was 13-12, North Platte. Third set, big disparity, 17-9.
In the kill department?
In the kill department. In favor of North Platte. Ball caroms around, put over by Johnson. Wright is there, back set, and a block by Presley Ryan. Central has out-blocked North Platte. Team blocks 8-4. Now it's 9-4 with that one, and we're tied at 6 apiece. Game 4 at 2-1, North Platte out in front. Wright punched over by Johnson, just inside the line. Wright again. Nice dig by Dennison. Johnson becomes the setter to Rasmussen. They touched it at the net. Underneath, Dennison got a piece of Rotherham's attempt, and then it ricochets off of Rotherham and other players. And a score for Central.
It's kind of like nothing's been easy for CWC. And they've battled hard every point. Little dink back, kind of a nice play back set as everybody was from CWC was coming towards us, and the setter just, it looked like she was going to set it, just kind of did a back set over the net.
7-7. This match has been tied 26 times coming into game 4. 26 different times, and 12 times it has changed hands the lead. Ryan from the back row. Kind of a too close to the net set.
Yeah, that's
Wright can't get there, and it's going to be a point.
Setting error that time.
8-7 Central. Whitney to serve. We're working on almost 2 hours of match time. Left hand, Dennison, nice dig, but Quincy Matthews, her and Stewart kind of miscommunicate at the net and falls down, and we're tied at 8s.
Passing, passing, passing.
Chloe Wright, Hurricane Utah, freshman serving, and she puts it into the net. Service error number 6, so 8. Yeah, next game was to start at 11. That is not going to happen. McCook versus Colorado Northwestern next on the docket. Not going to be 11, and that's an ace off of Chloe Wright from Quincy Matthews. th service ace of the season for the freshman.
Almost another one that time.
Payson, Utah. That one almost in the rafters, and Stevenson tallies off the block of Stewart at the net. Luau and Richmond checking into the contest for North Platte. Central still hanging on to a 1-point advantage, 10-9. Battle at the net again. Good job by Rasmussen going to the floor to get it. Back set, Stevenson blocked. Stewart and Workman at the front line knock it down.
Stevenson kind of had to adjust a little bit, had to reach back really far and didn't get a full swing on it that time.
Her season high is 22. She is at that at the moment. I believe her next one will be 22. Lual winds up, cranks on it, and sends it long. (12-9) Central, trailing 2-1. Rasmussen. Swing Stevenson, and Central was in the net. They'll call Stewart. She kind of is in disbelief. Going to see Netherton back into the contest to serve for Coach McCall's North Platte Knights. Appreciate the North Platte Athletic Department. Sent them a request for a logo. They were right on it. Sent it almost immediately, and you see that logo on our scoreboard on the screen. The North Platte Knights appreciate the help, and that one hit the antenna. Out of bounds, Central Point. Whitney returning back into the front row. Lindsay Stewart is out. Kendall McFadden has to go be the camera person and adjust the huddle iPad. Cross by Lual. Was that the setter? Ryan got a piece of it. Lual again off the block of Whitney, and she scores. Eighth kill of the match for Nia Lual.
That's all she has. She kind of went quiet there for a while, didn't she?
Yeah, she's been kind of surging at points. Back set, Ryan, nicely done off the attempt from the libero Mayer and Presley Ryan. After not playing much, if at all, in game 3, has come alive here in this fourth set now. Got her around 9 kills in the match. Her and Rasmussen leading the way with 9. Wright over the top of the block. Dennison is there. Ryan again swings. That one, nice dig by Wright. Sending it deep is Quincy Matthews, and she'll tally her second kill of the match.
To begin with, I was kind of questioning that, but then, I mean, she had that planned out, knew right where the open spot was,
and executed it. Is always the hard part.
The key, right?
Exactly. Right blocked. Good dig by Mayer, trying to go direction, but Johnson is there. That ball is just long from Presley Ryan. Rotherham back into the front row, going back to serve Isabel Richmond. Chapel, Nebraska. I mentioned South Platte High School to North Platte College. Back set, Whitney. Touched with the hand by Butler. Blocked by Whitney again. Long roll shot. Might have been going out. Johnson played it. I think maybe where she ended up playing it, it looked more like it was going to be out, but I think that probably would have fallen in. So
I think she hesitated a little bit.
She like double guessed herself.
Double clutch there, yep.
15-13, Central by 2. Late stages of this match. Game number 4, 2-1, North Platte out in front. Cross is out by Wright. 16-13. CWC. Not sure why, but our scoreboard says set 0, and it is actually set 4. That may be another thing I'll have to talk to Mr. McKnight about, as it's not reading something correctly on the scoreboard. Our Sports Genius is what it's called, the Score Genius, and there's a kill on the outside by Nora Rasmussen.
We don't really want this to go any longer than it already has.
Got a timeout on the floor.
I guess, you know, lady wrestlers, it's their home floor, so let's make this go 5. Give the crowd their money's worth.
You're going to have to go 5 if you want to be victorious in this one, trailing 2 games to 1. Central saw North Platte win the first 26-24. Central won the second 26-24. And then North Platte wins the third 25-22. But honestly, this is kind of how Central plays. They play, you know, they're 3-10, but a lot of those 10 losses have been in games like this that on different occasions could teeter-totter either direction.
Yep, and because I think one of their 5 setters, the 5th set was 18-16, so they've played tight games.
Presley Ryan to serve out of the timeout. Central has both of theirs. North Platte has 1 remaining. Ryan serving. Right. It's either blocked or 4. Either way, it's going to be a Lena Whitney block with Quincy Matthews over there. And Central with a 5-point advantage now at 18-13. Remember, North Platte had a big advantage, was it 22-17 in the last game that Central came back, and another block by Whitney. Free balled over. Central on the attack. Matthews. Rasmussen sends it deep and in, just inside of the line. Great kill by Nora. Central with one of their largest leads of the afternoon slash evening.
Now
but actually morning at 19-13.
Almost mid-afternoon.
I told you this one could be afternoon by the time it's over. Short serve, overpass. Now Nora Rasmussen is in double figures in kills.
She's going to call another timeout.
7-point Central advantage in game number 3. And we're going to keep it right here.
You used to see a lot of those little short serves like that. You haven't seen one of those for a long time, but that picked a great time to do that.
Well, you can't stuff a serve, correct? You can't stuff a serve, so it behooves you to give that a shot. You know, normally you wouldn't want to try that if they could force it right back down your throat at the beginning, but since it is not that case, that you try it, and
you kind of got to pick your right time for sure.
Yeah.
So
great defensive play by the North Platte defender to come in and get that. North Platte 4-8 on the season. Central 3-10 on the year. North Platte will play again at 1 o'clock, and I say 1 o'clock loosely because this one was, the next one's supposed to start in 6 minutes, and we're at least 30 minutes away from that. At least 30 minutes away from that right now. Miles City, excuse me, I see MCC and think Miles City, but it's McCook versus Colorado Northwestern coming up next. Gillette and North Platte at 1. Central will be back on the court against McCook. 3 o'clock, that's tournament time. So we'll see if somebody can dispatch somebody in 3 in a little bit and get this schedule back on schedule. 7-point Central advantage. That has to be one of the largest leads of the day.
Definitely.
For either team, and that's an ace by Presley Ryan.
Who was that we played last year that we were down about this much and then we came back and won?
Is that when the soccer team was cheering them on?
Yeah.
I think it might have been Gillette.
I think you're right.
Deep and out.
So it can be done, right?
You're saying there's a chance, right? That was a great attempt and location that time by Carney, I think, is the one that hit that, but just a smidge past the end line. 22-13. Got to think this bodes well if you finish this out like this for Central going into the 5th and deciding race to 15.
Yeah, definitely.
Outside, Rasmussen blocked. Johnson is there. Back row, Ryan. Good dig by Mayer. How many times have I said that today? Quincy outside. Rasmussen blocked. Brought back up. Third attempt. Not going to happen. Diving at it was Netherton. 23-13 Central. A 10-point lead. By far the biggest lead of either team in this match today. And you see Luau is on the bench right now. Is Central making some hay while she's out of the rotation? Short serve just hits the bottom of the net.
Look at Kip.
Yeah, blows the air out like, whoo, that was a close one. It would have been an ace had it just been another foot and a half further. 23-14, Kearney to serve. Dennison receives. Matthews to Rasmussen. Down the line. One attempt at it by Stevenson. Rasmussen sets up game point with Stewart back in the front. Whitney back to serve. Trying to force a game 5. Whitney. Hard serve. Block goes down the front of Stewart and Matthews and tally North Platte. That'll get Luau back into the front row for the Knights. Or will it?
Officials not allowing them to sub, or?
I'm not sure. I think they're going to have to check. They gave him a yellow card. Is it not allowing to sub, or are they not in where they wanted to sub right now? You'd think there's still substitutions left, and that's game point right there. Doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, I thought that, I don't know why that was called, but it was.
We're 2 hours into this and nothing decided, as we'll play a 5th and deciding game after this timeout. Central and North Platte tied at 2 apiece from Central Wyoming College.
Do you want?
At Central Wyoming College, your future starts here.
Open mic, fade and camera 2, Q Talent.
Join one of the most in-demand creative and technical careers, new media. Live and work anywhere with your choice of thousands of radio and television stations across the country. Travel the globe as a social media influencer. Join a business marketing team or use your new media skills to start and promote your own business. Wherever your dreams take you, it all begins at CWC. Expect hands-on training in all aspects of media production, including video, audio, social media marketing, and web development. Enjoy learning in a collaborative and inclusive atmosphere. Our small class sizes provide one-on-one attention with our expert instructors. Make your way at Central and start your journey to a rewarding career in new media.
No antenna, cable, or satellite connection? No problem. You can now stream Wyoming PBS live at wyomingpbs.org/streaming. Or using the free PBS app on your favorite streaming device. The Wyoming PBS live stream is available on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, Roku, and on many smart TVs. Wyoming PBS, now streaming live.
Central for making dreams come true.
Central to empowerment.
Central to the future of higher education in America.
Central to football.
Central to my heritage.
Central to healthcare.
Central to humility.
Central to the trades.
Central to ranching. Central to performance.
Central to agriculture.
Central to athletics.
Central to Wyoming.
Returning to Central Wyoming College Gymnasium for game number 5. And through 4 sets, McKenna Stevenson, a new season high, 25 kills for McKenna. And what's crazy is it might be, will it be in a win or will it be in a loss?
That's, you know, it's amazing just to see that she's been pretty much their offense. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
But
well, Chloe Wright has 14
that's
kills.
True, yeah.
Luau has 8, 4 for Kearney, 2 for Claflin, 3 for Rotherham. Other side, Nora Rasmussen has 6 kills in that last set. She ends up with 15 at the moment right now. The only one from Central in double digits. Presley Ryan has 8. Lindsey Stewart has 7. Rachel Workman has 5 kills right now. Diggs Reeder has 14. Zoe Mayer has 16 for the North Platte Knights. Saw 5 scores tied in that last game despite a 10-point differential. It was tied very early on, 2 lead changes. Total for the match, 31 ties, 14 lead changes. Central out-killed North Platte only 10-9 in that last match, despite being a 10-point differential. Central fell in game 1, 26-24, won game 2, 26-24, lost game 3, 25-22, win game 4, 25-15, and they're going to stay on this side of the net because every team that has won the game has been on this left side of Rustler Gymnasium.
There's no such thing as luck. It's skill.
Free ball by Dennison after Mayer's the one that starts off this serving. Great up by Rasmussen. Ryan dig by Mayer. That ball might have skimmed the roof, did it? Cross blocked by Whitney, and the point, Lena Whitney. That is her second block of the day. Central has outblocked North Platte 10-5. Team blocks 10-5.
That's our strength, that's for sure.
It is a race to 15, I call it here, because it goes quick to get to 15. Stevenson off the top of the tape, and it scores 26 now for McKenna Stevenson.
When they hit the top of the net, like you said, the tape, it's always kind of hard to read where that's going to go.
Well, and even if you get a piece of it, it's spinning so wildly in different directions that it doesn't usually get returned anyway. That's going to be a free ball by Central. After all that, Stevenson, nice dig, back row. Presley Ryan, but goes out of bounds. Great job, Presley, to get there because Stevenson put some heat on those.
Yep.
27 unofficial kills for McKenna Stevenson. And I guess maybe even official because I'm getting these official stats right from the bench down there. That ball skims the top of the net. Whitney, flat-footed. Luau through the block, and it's 3-1 North Platte out in front. Little history made. We actually had our first challenge call that we that we got to see the review on.
We've had one, and it was the call stood.
And what I think is even cooler is we had the same camera angles that the officials would get to use to make that review call as well. Stevenson down the line is out. Or is it? It's in. I couldn't see. I was blocked by our TV monitor right up here. And
I didn't even see the line judge over here give a call, but this is hard to give up a 3-point lead in a 15-point set.
Until that happens and gives it right back to you. Gives a free point on the service error by Richmond. 10 service errors by North Platte.
10, wow.
Which kind of overcomes Central's deficit in the kill department.
Yeah.
Whitney serving. And luckily my mantra, as there's a block by Stewart and Quincy Matthews. Service errors come in pairs. We haven't seen that yet. I say that a lot.
You do, but I don't think you've said it yet.
And I haven't, and it didn't because Lena has already beaten the trend. And she'll go at Mayer the libero. Back row, and Wright puts it in the bottom of the net. And just like that, 3 straight by Central have us even at 4 apiece. Did they switch at 7-8 still?
I thought so.
Or is that not a thing anymore?
I don't know. They change every year.
Time will tell.
That's right. We'll find out.
Answers will be revealed shortly. Back set Luau off the tape. Back row Ryan. Outside corner is out. Just out.
Wow.
Raise the green flag, Kim. Let's. I want to look at this. Coach Barlow, athletic director, looking at his bench like, hey, we're going to replay that?
just for a timeout?
I think the scoreboard operator leaned over to Steve and said that was out. Ace. Trinity Butler. And the game of runs, it was 4 straight by North Platte, 3 by Central, and now 2 in a row. Can you call 2 in a row a run?
Yeah.
I know we have arguments over a run has to be where the other team doesn't score, but I beg to differ on that. Blocked
now
by Luau and Kearney, and now the timeout comes at 7-4. 7-4 North Platte, 3 in a row after Central scored 3 in a row after North Platte had scored 4 in a row.
Just struggling again in that serve-receive department.
Winner of this one improves upon their record. Obviously, it would send North Platte to 5-8, would send Central to 4-10 after they won last night. Pick up their 3rd victory of the season. (7-4) North Platte in the 5th and deciding game that has taken 2 hours and 7 minutes to this point to play. North Platte has both timeouts remaining as Alexa McCall gives the serve signal to Trinity Butler. Central has 1 timeout left after spending that one there. They'll go at Ryan. Matthews, Stewart caroms it off of Mayer and tallies out of the side out. Here comes Rachel Workman for Denison, serving Quincy Matthews.
And Lindsay did a nice job at not hitting it into the block. She kind of hit it off to the side, so Luau didn't even have a chance on that one.
Matthews goes at right. They'll give it back out to Chloe. She'll have to try to cut the angle while worrying about hitting the standard and the referee stand, and that took her concentration off of it, and she hits it still on the same side.
That's a hard play. I didn't realize how close it was to the referee stand.
It looked like she kind of might have twisted her ankle on the stand a little bit, stepping on the bottom corner of that. They need to perch up there instead of a stand where they just kind of sit in a basket up there. Then there's no standards down there to be stepped on. I'm full of ideas. Back row, Ryan skims the net, overpass. Stewart says, let's set this up. Back set, Workman, cross is out.
I don't think Rachel was really ready for that. She didn't get a very good approach to it, didn't get her feet underneath herself. Yet now
we have answered the question. Yes, we do still switch at 8. So see, maybe you wanted to start on this side so you end up on the left side if you're into superstition and trends as the teams cross at the 8-point mark. 8-6, North Platte out in front. Tied at 2 games apiece. North Platte wins the 1st and 3rd. Central won the 2nd and 4th. Central hammered them in the 4th, 25-15, and it was 10 points of hammering. Well, when the other games are decided by 2 and 3 points, yes.
Yeah.
10 points is kind of a spanking.
Yep.
Thanks to Neil Hushbeck again, our freshman student out of Cheyenne/Rock Springs in the new media department. Amanda Nikoloff working on a Friday. She normally has these Fridays off, but she's got to work. She's doing a great job back in studio control. Good job by North Platte to bring this one back. Central will get an attack out of this. Matthews outside Rasmussen. Ball ricochets off the roof and scores. Nora kill number 16. After 12 to lead the way yesterday, she's got 16 now. Down 1, Nora serving. Right is blocked,
darn it,
but out of bounds by Stewart and Workman. And Kearney will serve. Claflin back into the contest for North Platte. And that is out, and another point for the North Platte Knights. Appreciate everybody watching on Rustler Athletics on the YouTube page. Back set, Workman. Tally cuts the lead, 10-8. Whitney back in. Johnson going to serve. Johnson's little floater. One hand up, 4 hits if it was going to happen, as that kind of was an overpass a little bit that the setter had to go and just try to keep from going in the net with the one hand and can't, and it's 10-9. Right, nice dig, Johnson. And then a swing and a hammer by Presley Ryan.
And that was a nice job by Presley.
And a timeout called at 10 apiece.
She had to adjust to that set. Didn't really, again, get a really great approach, but put it down.
Well, and it kind of started with, because I'm going to show you a replay here real quick. It kind of started with watching the replay here. We'll watch the entire point again. It started with a great dig by Johnson right there on the end line, and then Ryan
nice set.
Found the exact place that she wanted to go with that, and we are tied at 10 apiece in game number 5, the 5th and deciding set.
And I think, you know, if you are going to make a run, this is the rotation you're going to do it in. Stevenson's not in the front row. Lual's not in the front row. You have Rachel,
and
Presley, Lena.
Yeah, this is kind of where they made their hay in that, that 4th game that they win by 10 is in this rotation that is set up right here.
3 sophomores in the front row.
5 on the court at the moment with the freshman Matthews for Central. Set, nice cross. Wow. Rotherham, whether on purpose or by accident, that was a great cut that sent it to the right side, and it works well because it puts their big gun back on the court in McKenna Stevenson. Whitney off the block, scores it. Stevenson nor Rotherham could get enough on it, and we're tied at 11. Boy, how big is the win for either team to pick this one up?
Man.
And keep that momentum going.
You gotta.
Stevenson pushes it into the block, didn't swing hard at it, tried to tip it, left hand, cross. Quincy is there, then Johnson at the 10-foot line, puts it into the top of the tape. 12-11, and it gets Luau back into the front row for the North Platte Knights. Over in 2, Luau hits it. Nice job by Rasmussen. Ryan blocked. Dennison is there. Second hit becomes Whitney. Ryan goes cross. Wright is there. Luau throws it over with the right hand, kind of chipped at it. Ryan dug by their libero. Luau sends it out, and we're tied again at 12.
She's grabbing her head because she knew she missed a chance right there.
Yep. Had the opportunity and just sent it long, and we are knotted up at a dozen.
Man, how many points have there been like that? You know, this has been a battle.
A 5-set battle that's going down to the wire. Stevenson connects.
You got her on the outside.
I got her at 27, perhaps 28 kills now.
That's just crazy.
And going back to serve, Isabel Richmond, 5'7" freshman.
She's serving to Presley, I guarantee you this.
13-12. They go at Presley, brought back over by Matthews in 2. Stevenson again. It's outside of the antenna, says the line judge.
What?
or was it out? Coach Kim's going to call a timeout. Actually, I thought the line judge said out.
Both of these did.
Let's go here. That one was the last play, I think. Let me look. Yep, that was the last play. So here we go. Let's go look at this replay again. We'll watch this play together. Line judge raises her hand. Well, she points in.
Yep, I thought she did out.
I thought she did a second later when I looked up, but she did point in, so that's where that comes from.
Yep.
So it was in, and it's match point North Platte.
Match point hasn't meant a whole lot.
No, and especially in the first two games, where each team had a 24-23 lead and lost. 14-12 match point serving Richmond. Goes at Johnson. Near side Rasmussen, and that is how it will end. Final count, 15-12, a 3-2 win North Platte in a hard-fought match lasting 2 hours and 17 minutes, putting day 2 behind after game 1 of the second day in a 2 hour and 17 minute ending. 3-2 the final. North Platte wins it. We'll be back with a post-game show right after this timeout. You've been watching Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Athletics.
Welcome to Bailey Tire and Auto Service, your local tire and auto repair specialist in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local, choose Bailey Tire and Auto, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at fremontchevygmcriverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Welcome back to Central Wyoming College. And I got everything emailed to me on the final stats except the final game. I was going to read some final stats to you. Final score in this one, 3-2 in favor of North Platte. They would win 26-24. Central won 26-24. Then North Platte won 25-22. Central ran away with game 4, winning 25-15, but ended up falling 25-12 in the finale. 15-12 in the finale on game number 5. And you said it as we went to break that you lost in 5 really close ones and not playing nearly your best volleyball.
Yeah, that's, I'm sure, what coach is telling the team right now, and I don't think they really probably need to be told. There were some definite weaknesses that were exposed that time, and North Platte knew exactly what they were doing, and so no surprise to anybody. And you know, I guess you get better when you can overcome those weaknesses.
Well,
so.
and you know, kind of on the other side of that, North Platte could say, well, we didn't play our best either, and won a 5-set close one as well. I don't think either team played perhaps to their potential, but it would end up going right down to the wire anyway.
Yeah, except for McKenna Stevenson.
Yeah, she played out of her mind out there, and I'm hoping that I can get some final stats here coming in just a quick second to see where she ended up wise. I had her at 27 at one point in the contest, and I'm waiting for some final statistics perhaps to be coming our way. I don't want to keep Amanda much longer, and then I have to go back to work as well on a Friday, and then we'll be back at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and the final stats should be coming in moments, like within seconds, however long it takes our CWC email to hit. And there we go. Final stats in this one. How about McKenna Stevenson? 30 kills. 30. Did you hear me? 30.
30 kills?
30 kills for McKenna Stevenson. Chloe Wright had 15. Nia Lual had 9 in the game. They had 6 aces, 10 service errors. Leading the way in digs, Chloe Wright had 20. Zoe Mayer had 19. Central led by Nora Rasmussen a second night in a row. She had 16. 9 for Presley Ryan, 6 for Rachel Workman, 8 for Lindsay Stewart in the ball game. Well, that's 16 by Nora Rasmussen. They would outkill, North Platte would outkill Central 5-4 in the final set as well. The only one that they did not was in the set 4 when it was 10-9. But wow, how about that effort? McKenna Stevenson, 30 kills.
That's like three games for a lot of people, you know? I mean, that's just crazy.
2 hours, 12 minutes, the match time, 36 ties, 15 lead changes. North Platte wins in 5. Central back at it again at 3 o'clock, plus or minus, due to the tournament time. We'll be on the air shortly before that and let you know as well. For Amanda Nikoloff, Neil Hushback from the new media department, for Devin Davis, I'm John Gabrielson. Final score, North Platte wins it 3-2. Thanks for watching. We'll be back around 3 o'clock this afternoon. You can watch more games